But first, it might connect two great cities, but it would split our community in half. That's what people in Bedfordshire are saying about the proposed Oxford-Cambridge Expressway tonight. The new road could cut through the village of Woburn Sands, and those who live there say it's outrageous that they don't know more about the route. Well, they're meeting tonight to raise their concerns, and Nicola Haseler is there for us. Nicola.
Well, this meeting has been called because of concerns over a lack of information here. It was announced by the government last year as a way to bring economic growth, to reduce journey times and to connect communities along the route. But people here in Woburn Sands say they're in the dark, especially after a public consultation was cancelled. It would connect Cambridge with Oxford, but it could divide this village. To build the expressway, it's no surprise that countryside will be destroyed. But here, the government's analysis report called it community severance.
Well, we think it's going to affect the whole valley here. And when it gets to Woburn Sands, there's no way of going through there to the M1 without bulldozing houses. And it would be really wide. It's a brand new road. It's a minimum of a dual carriageway. And we haven't been involved in the planning of this, and we're really concerned.
You can't imagine it really, can you? It'd be devastating with the traffic and the volumes and the noise and the pollution. And, you know, particularly we've got two schools in the area that would be they are actually down the southern end of the village.
The plan is for 1 million new homes to be built along the Oxford to Cambridge corridor.
We recognise they need more housing everywhere, but our concern is the fact it's going to be 4 times the national average along this whole arc. So that's our biggest concern.
Well, behind me is one of the most contentious sections of the Oxford to Cambridge Expressway. And that's because the plan is to build an entirely new road connecting the A5 over there to the M1 in the east. And that's not possible without cutting through homes and the village of Woburn Sands. The preferred corridor for the expressway was announced last year, but many people here were unaware that Woburn Sands would likely be affected.
The public has been kept out of all these discussions so far. They've effectively been behind closed doors. And this is dreadful to think that 3.3 million people are going to have associated with this development, maybe 2 million more people coming into their communities in the next 30 years, and nobody's been asked about it.
It's outrageous, isn't it? We should know. They are planning to build potentially a motorway through our village, and why don't people know? I think it's vital that we're consulted and that we have a say, because they've been planning this for more than 2 years and nobody has really knows anything about it in our local community.
Well, as I mentioned, the public consultation on the exact route was due to take place this autumn, but has been cancelled because of the general election. Now, 2 weeks ago, the Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps, told us that if the Conservatives are voted in, that they will review the expressway plan, not the million homes, but the expressway, and that he was now tilted against the plans. However, the other parties responded that that was just hollow electioneering.
Thanks, Nicola. Next, the team